Hi everyone, I was recently sent a bunch of questions by a lovely school in Pasadena, Texas called Parkview Intermediate, and I thought it was a really nice opportunity to actually make a Q&A video to show how much their support means to me, and they've been really kind. So here we go, I'll see what the questions are and I'll answer them as best I can. What was the hardest challenge of your art career and what is the work that you're most proud of? I'd say that the hardest challenge of my art career was actually one of my first fan art paintings of Mass Effect. There's this painting that I worked on called, of the character called the Elusive Man, and he's sort of sitting on this reflective surface and there's the star in the background and the reflection, so I had to actually first paint the star but then paint the exact reflection on the ground, and that was probably the most tedious work that I've ever had to work on. And in terms of drawings, probably the most difficult drawing I've worked on is the one of Edward Kenway from Assassin's Creed 4. The video's on my channel and the drawing actually took 8 hours. That's my biggest challenge yet and I'm really proud of it. I actually sent it to my friends, so I don't actually have the drawing with me anymore, but I'll put a picture on this video. Who inspired you to start painting and how did you start? It was definitely my mum influenced me to start painting and drawing from a very early age, and I've always been doing it. It's always been something I do in my free time. And then the past few years is when I've been taking it seriously and been working on something new each week. Especially at the beginning of 2012 when my friends at IGN started sort of supporting my work and getting it out there online. And then I made the channel and then it all sort of went from there, and it's got to the point where I don't feel like I've had a good week if I don't actually create something new just to be able to upload. What made you want to start art and what do you think would have happened if you did not get inspired? What made me want to start art was probably the fact that I've always been doing it. I don't think I've ever had a time where I've really stopped. It's always been something that I do. So I don't know, what made me want to start art? As a career, I guess I've always wanted to be industry. It's something that I've always been thinking about since I was in school, and now I'm taking a course. I'm about to finish the course and I'm going to be applying for work this year, so it's going to be a big year for that. So hopefully I'm going to be able to put art and the games industry together and actually be a games artist. That's my dream. So yeah, I guess that's what's been driving me the most towards art. And if I didn't get inspired in art, I guess I've always been interested in computers and sort of PCs and putting them together and stuff like that. I don't actually know much about it yet, but it's something that I really want to learn, and I think that could be another hobby in the future. So yeah. Who in your life, if any, discouraged you to pursue your talent, and who has supported you the most? I say that I did get discouragement from secondary school. The art department there was very small and they didn't really get much support as a department, so there wasn't much funding and we kind of had to buy our own supplies and bring them into school, and there wasn't enough support there to keep many students in that department. I stayed on to sixth form in that school, and you could tell that the art department was very small because there was only 4 or 5 of us in the end, only 5 students, and yeah, that's obviously a good sign that the school wasn't very encouraging towards art. And who has supported me the most? It's definitely my mum. My mum's always been there to support me, and she's the one that encouraged me to draw and paint from the start. My entire family have been always supportive of my art. They've never discouraged it. They've always been there to see my work, and yeah, they've been really encouraging. I also have some amazing friends like Naomi, Al, Mike, Megan and Christine. They've all helped me so much more than they even realise, and I'm so grateful. Having people like that to help you figure out stuff and focus your time on art and helping realise what I actually want to do in life, that's really important. So yeah, if you have someone to talk to, that's really important. When did you first start drawing cartoons and people, and how long does it take to finish one of your drawings or paintings? I started drawing people and cartoons only a couple of years ago. Before that I was only drawing cars and planes and things like that, and environments, and then I started getting into fan art in 2012, and then that's when obviously fan art includes a lot of figures and like popular characters. So yeah, that's when I started learning. I started like reading about anatomy and things like that, and I'm still struggling with that. It's something I'm still learning, but it's it's become something I'm really into. So yeah, that's when I started. And for me to finish one of my drawings, for a portrait it usually takes 3 or 4 hours, and for the bigger drawings where there's more detail, like mechanical robots, or if there's lots of details on the character's clothes, then that could take between 6 and 8 hours, and that's quite tiring sometimes. And then for a painting, one of my big acrylic paintings would take anywhere above 20 hours, 20 to 30 hours, I imagine. Yeah, they're a real struggle. But if it's a watercolor painting, then it's still the same as just a drawing, just 3 or 4 hours. What is your best painting that you've made so far? It's probably one of the ones I made in 2012 from the Mass Effect fan art. I really liked working on acrylic stuff, but it takes such a long time that I can't actually make videos out of it. But the watercolor paintings I've worked on recently, out of them I'd say probably the Godzilla one, because that was something that it's completely different than my usual style, and it was actually really fun to work on. What was your most challenging drawing or sketch you have done, and why was it so challenging? Probably the Edward Kenway drawing that I mentioned before. The textures of the clothes, that's the main reason why it was such a challenge and took 8 hours. It was getting the leather correct and the metal textures. That's something that I'm still really trying to learn, and it was lucky to actually have the reference material in front of me, because I wouldn't have been able to draw that without actually having pictures in front of me. Are you a self-taught artist or a teacher-taught artist? And also, what was your first watercolour painting? Yeah, I'm pretty much self-taught. I did actually study art in school for a couple of years, but it wasn't so much drawing. I was doing a lot of painting and that, but drawing has been something that I've really taught myself for the past sort of 2 or 3 years, like taking it seriously. My very first watercolour painting was probably something I did in school. I can't remember it right now, but I'll try and find it and put a picture up on here. What has been your first biggest accomplishment? Probably this channel, being able to have all of my work in one place on here. And when you think about how difficult it would have been maybe just 5 years ago for someone to actually have that many views on their artwork. But aside from views and stuff like that, I'm actually most proud of the fact that I'm able to use this channel to help other people. Being able to make the how-to videos, and being able to support students that are also wanting to learn more about art, and people who are just interested in art at first. So yeah, being able to support people and encourage people and interact with a community that is amazing, that's something I'm the most proud of, and I find it really exciting. What is your favourite material to draw with? I currently use this, you've probably seen it in the videos. It's a Pentel P207 0.7mm mechanical pencil, and with it I use HB LEDs. So I start off with just a base layer of like everything, the sketch, and then I do the basic shading with this HB pencil. And then to add the darker areas I use a regular 6B pencil. So yeah, that's basically all I use at the moment, just for the simple drawing videos. Along with, I can't remember the numbers on the paper I use, but I'll put them in the video so you can see. You are very talented, sir, with watercolour paintings and drawings. Thank you. Question, do you have any upcoming paintings or drawings, and please post them to YouTube? What is your best creation you have ever made, and have you ever sold any of your paintings? Yep, I definitely have some more drawings and paintings coming soon. I'm working on some more how-to videos and maybe some Disney characters, so I'm really excited about that. And what was my best creation? Probably one of my paintings, one of my acrylic paintings. I'll share some photos on here for you to see. And if I've ever sold any paintings, I've never actually sold any paintings, but I've worked on drawings for people and I've sold them, and I also worked on some commissions and things like that. So yeah, I'm hoping to work on some more stuff like that soon, because it'd be really fun to actually make money from my hobby. I wanted to ask if you were interested in art from the beginning. If not, when did you start to get interested in art? I think I was. Apparently I always had a pencil in my hand when I was young. Even my grandparents recently told me that they really thought that I was actually going to end up doing art as a career, because they always saw me creating new paintings and drawings when I was very little, like 3 or 4 years old. So yeah, it's always been something that I do. It's sort of something that I default back to in my free time. If I've got nothing to do, then I'm going to be drawing or painting. Who inspired you to become an artist, and at what age did you decide to become one? Well, I've always been interested in art, but it wasn't until I was in my final years of school that I actually decided that it was something that I wanted to actually pursue as a career. And I was at that point where I was doing my final exam, and I was studying like some really famous artists like Picasso and Kandinsky, and then I was also looking into futurism, and that was another artist called Umberto Boccioni, and they were amazing artists, amazing painters and sculptors, but that wasn't really something I was interested in, like just sort of classical art. I've always wanted to be someone who I've always wanted to put my passion of gaming into my art, so I've always put the gaming fan art together, and yeah, that's always been something that I'm super interested in. And I want to sort of update my style and sort of make stuff that's more my own instead of just copying reference material, so that's where I want to go with that. And it's probably towards the end of school, at the age of 16, that's when I decided that I really wanted to become, or at least I wanted to include art in my future, or find a way of actually including it in some way. I always known that I want to be able to create in some way. Who encouraged you to do art when you were young? It was definitely my mum and my grandparents. They've always been there to support me, and they've always made it clear that they really are excited to see the stuff that I create. They've always been there to encourage me. I still see my grandparents every week, and that means I'm able to share the new work with them each time I see them. What was your first successful piece of art? It was definitely my Mass Effect paintings at the beginning of 2012. That's when I started talking to people at IGN, and then they helped support me and get my work out there, and they've really helped me actually make this channel. So yeah, it all links back to the paintings I worked on at the beginning of 2012. I'll post probably links in the description for you to see all of them, because I'm really proud of them, and I've still got them all in my room. Why did you start this channel, and was it just for fun? Yes, I started this channel at the end of 2011, and then I started uploading videos in April 2012, and they were just to showcase my art, and at first it was just for my family to see. It was just for my grandparents and my auntie and uncles to see. And then obviously because I made friends through IGN, and then they started actually exposing my work to their audience and uploading some of my videos on their channel, and that's when it started bringing people into my channel. So yeah, it started off as fun, and it's still fun. It's always been fun. It's always just been for fun. It really is. It's just a passion that I have, and I love creating new stuff each week. Also learning a lot about video editing. I need to probably improve, because I'm not that good, but I love all of this. I love the interacting with people and creating the how-to videos and helping people and supporting people. That's the best thing that could have come out of this, and I'm really excited to continue. Who or what inspires you to keep going, your goals, etc.? First of all, thanks Joe for the amazing support you've been giving me with coursework and stuff like that. It's really appreciated. In terms of inspiring people or things, my friends at IGN have kept me like sort of wanting to actually create stuff for this channel and get my work out there, because that initial bit of support that they gave that grew my channel, that first bit, I loved that feeling of having my work being seen by people across the world. And then the goals, I'd really like to just see how this channel goes, just keep going with it. I'm going to continue working on coursework and stuff outside of it, and then hopefully aiming for the games industry. But in the meantime, I'm still going to be uploading videos on this channel, and I'm going to continue as much as I can. I don't know how the channel's going to go. I hope it's going to do good. I I'd really like it to do well, and if it does, then I'll just see how it goes. I'm just going to keep working as hard as I can. I'd like to start attending more events, gaming events like Eurogamer and things like that, and maybe stuff overseas. I don't know if that's possible yet for me, but that is a dream, to be able to actually go to stuff like PAX and VidCon and things like that, and Comic-Con eventually. That'd be, that's like the goals of the like extreme goals, I guess, at the moment. But yeah, I'm going to continue working as hard as I can. So yeah, there we go, that's the questions answered, and thanks again to everyone that's been supporting me, and thanks to Leah Adams at Parkview Intermediate for the amazing support, and to all of your students, you are amazing. If you want to continue with your art, please do. I'd love to see some of your work, that'd be amazing, and thanks to everyone, seriously, it all means so much to me, and being able to share work with such an amazing community of people, I feel really lucky. I'm going to continue uploading videos every week as much as I can. I'm still studying, in the last part of my course, so sometimes it might be a bit difficult to get a video out there, but I'm always going to try my hardest to work on stuff for you, because I absolutely love all of this. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone, and I'll see you all soon.